first update webinar. I apologize for starting 1 minute late. I had some technical problems. I was loading a new presentation and I managed to make a mess. So I didn't want to repeat that old mistake of starting to play a slideshow with recordings on. Anyhow, it's not Saturday either, you see, stressed out. It's Friday, May 7th. We're 1 week into having launched the Empower campaign, and I know that we have not been doing our bi-weekly updates. The reason for this is that there's a lot happening in this week, and quite frankly, we want to aggregate more updates for you in these update webinars. At the same time, we are preparing more localized approaches to how we're informing and getting the information out to you. Happy to see so many of you here. As you guys know, we have a pretty fixed format in which we do the webinars. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we are going to expand and improve those as well. Now, as you guys know, most of you guys know me already. My name is Anthony Norman. I am the CEO of Dragon Global Finance. And we are the corporate finance and banking arm of Paranormal Liquid, and we also operate the Liquid platform. So, guys, last Saturday we had some big news, which is going to be followed up with clarifications, education, training, and what we did was, as we finished the both Rainmaker campaigns that turned out to be a huge success, we now launched what we call power staking. And basically, power staking means that we can list any kind of asset in a certain format on the World Equity Expo exchange and use Liquid, the market making algorithm Liquid, to create exploding shares, which is a new cool term we love, and also to actually do what we call self-mining bonds, which means that the asset creates and generates its own liquidity. Now, I explained more about this last Saturday, and the purpose of these webinars is obviously updates rather than telling you guys the same story all over again. So if you haven't seen that one, I would strongly recommend that you go and see the recorded version, which is available on WhatsApp. And we're going to actually put up a page on Liquid where you can see them too, if that is easier to find. But now we're rolling this out, and we have power staking for two asset types. One is shares and one is bonds. The cool thing about this is that by doing this, we allow you guys to unlock the value of YEM and generate liquidity. A quick recap how it works is that the asset owner basically tokenizes their asset through us, put it on the expo. This part we will provide in about a week or so. So members can do that themselves through the system, through the platform. And the asset owner will use part of the asset as a stake. Liquid members, from our staking pool, we contribute another stake into the market making algo. Now, here's the kicker. We now have an asset that an institution like a bank will use as collateral. So they will contribute a stake equals to the others. So the cool thing about this is that by doing this, we leverage the staking power of the asset owner, and we leverage the staking power of the Liquid members as well. So this is why we call this power staking. Now, the institutions are being brought in, and obviously we're putting up the first assets. Initially, we're doing this manually, but the beauty of this, as I've been telling you guys before, is that you actually now have the tool in your hand to mobilize and generate liquidity in YEM. So this is really, now you have a huge critical mass of people and equity and, and actually a large amount of holders. And because of this, we can leverage that to reach the public and to increase the scope of these assets. Long and the short, you can generate liquidity in more or less any kind of asset. This can be acquiring a business, expanding a business. You can support a charity. You can support your local football club. You can take an immaterial property, IP, monetizing that. So you can create liquidity in more or less any asset. Obviously, the liquidity will work well no matter how you stake it. However, it increases and becomes stronger as people grade and rate the bond or the share. And this is where the whole member base comes into play. Excuse me. So this is why it's important to build tools to allow members to rate and talk and spread the word. But we are really well on the way to become the world's largest market maker, as I've been saying for quite a while. In essence, in this campaign, if you think about this, you can make money through three ways. One is you can liquidate YEM by selling power staking packages to people. Secondly, you're going to get a weekly cash profit from YEM according to the power staking program. Thirdly, you can actually, as an asset, list an asset and monetize on that too, which in my opinion is secondary, but a huge opportunity too. So you now really have the tools, and you're going to get more tools to do this. Now, the Empower campaign, this is why we call it Empower. We're empowering you and the masses. We're using packages that are participating in the gold reserve, and this is to back them up. But in actual fact, what happens is that you actually get a cash deposit into your wallet. And they're sold in $1,000, $5,000 with a 10% extra value, $10,000 with 20% extra value, and $25,000 with 50% extra value. Now, how it works is that it is stored on the liquid side, and you can withdraw it in and out from the Parnum wallet. You can do withdrawals with a 90-day notice at any point in time, and you can use 50% in YEM. So it's pretty cool. And the cool thing about this is that you actually invest without parting with your money because you can take it back out. And we guarantee a minimum profit of 2.5% per month, but it can be higher. It's paid half in liquid, half in US dollars, which means that you actually have additional dividends being paid out on top of that. The commission program is very straightforward. We have a 25% commission straight to the referring cash and liquid. And we also shoot 15% into the WeShare Success program as well. So we strive to keep it very simple and very straightforward. During May, we have a special. We're 1 week into this, so we basically have 3 weeks to go. Means that any referrals for $100,000 or more will receive $100,000 as well in liquid as an extra bonus on top of your existing commissions. The first $1 million of deposits will also receive an extra 30% in liquid. And this is deposit volume, not actual, not including commissions. And every month, the top 10 producers in volume are going to receive an extra 20% commission as well in the form of split of the cash products. So that's a pretty nice package. It's built to be long-term, to work long-term for you guys. And I think it's fairly well-balanced. It's easy to work with. In addition, all the YEM that is staked during May, all the YEM that you stake in the power staking program is getting 25% extra in liquid immediately at the current price of YEM. And you're getting 25% of free IXI GL tokens, IXI Gold tokens. So you stake $5,000, you actually get $1,250 in IXI Gold tokens. So it's an insane campaign. And we have only 3 weeks to go on this, on the May special. And power is going to continue over time. But these special terms are for May. So we give you guys a little special extra now and then to get it into critical mass. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about sales volume and sales tools here. So Before I do, as I said, do not forget about using your YEM. I know by now that you guys know this inside and out, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. I think the routine, works very well. Now, on this, we are in the process of producing additional sales tools that are going to help you. So we're looking to because this campaign is not a temporary campaign, we're looking to build something more long-term in terms of support material. We are also expanding our organization on the sales side itself. Means we're also implementing more localized stuff. And I was actually expecting to present this today, but sadly we have been a little bit delayed with some of the banking stuff this week. But in the next very, very few days, we will have the sales material finished in both English, but also French and German. We will add additional languages as we go, but these are like our sort of highest volume languages. So this is coming live soon. And in order to make this even easier, we have ordered now like instructional movies that talk about how is this used, how does the power staking work, and so on. So we think these become good sales tools for you guys, easy to work with. You can show them on a PDA, show them on your phone, you can share them and so on. So all to make it easy for you guys to work. And they're going to have subtitles as well, starting out with French and German as well. Possibly we do a voiceover. I'm not sure about that yet, but or we do, if we dub them, or we do subtitles. But we will make sure that this is localized properly. In addition to that, we are now recruiting country managers. And country managers is really a bit of a wider role because this is more about localized. You have regional localization and you have language localization. So in this context, we're looking more at language. So, and again, we're giving priority to being able to create our news flow in German and French, but we will be adding more countries as well. So those of you guys who are interested in participating, maybe becoming a country manager, and we obviously pay for that service, just give us a shout. We are in some talks right now. I'm expecting that to go live in the next few days. And this means that we will also have local social media. So we will translate our news flow and make sure we have local webinars and so on. So really trying to build this in a very systematic way, becoming the world's largest alternative exchange and actually largest market maker. I think on that note, the world is going into a very interesting direction, because just before this webinar, I was talking to our head of legal, Bruno, and guys, there's right now there's a big movement with compliance in banks becoming a problem. Now, it's gone that far that compliance has become so complicated, and compliance is necessary, but when it is so complicated, so dangerous, so you don't know if you're actually going to be able to use your money you use in the bank, that starts to hurt businesses. And when it hurts businesses, it hurts people because they don't get employed. When they don't get employed, they can't pay taxes. And if they can't pay taxes, they hurt countries. So I think the development in the world is, in that sense, is not very good, but it's good in the sense it's going to push new solutions to the front. Crypto would not have been as big as it is if it wasn't for these problems. And I believe that we are the answer to the stock market problems in this respect. So we might become the crypto solution of free equity. And just like information wants to be free, equity wants to be free. Also a good, simple analogy, actually. And I believe that we are perfectly positioned to actually do this. So just a little side note, guys, we're actually building a huge machine here. On building the machine, I have our constant back office updates. We are still calculating the top 10 categories for Redux. I apologize for the delay on this, but we're almost done. We have our back office manager is going to do a focused effort during the weekend here to finish everything. Other than that, our multi-currency account is working well, and the tech upgrade is still pending. This is a bit of a frustration, I know, because we're still late with shipping out some of the stuff like cards and so on. But what we're doing is we're launching a new API, and I don't think it will happen today, but I think it will happen on Monday, Tuesday. And that means that the flow will go much faster with bookings, because then it will be more or less automatic. Like deposits of BTCs will be automatic. Literally, you'll see it within a minute. Also, the World Equity Exchange was upgraded last week, and there was another upgrade yesterday. I think the interface is looking better and better and faster. We're waiting for the currency upgrade on Monday that I told you guys about. And what we are doing now is we're looking at the possibility to move funds directly from the Pernon wallet into there. Final thing for the campaign, very, very important, guys. We have a new PayPal account and top-up page. We had to change for compliance reasons. And this is under worldequityexpo.com/club points. If you go to the World Equity Expo, go to the club, you can do deposits there. That goes as US dollars into your Pernon wallet, into the campaign here. Now, we will be adding copy to that during the day today. We just released it now. So the functionality is there. So if you need to use PayPal for top up and for the campaign, this is how you do it. So that's one thing. Also on that note, what we're doing is we're going to make sure that you can actually integrate the campaign with the Pernon wallet as well. But we want to finish these things first. But PayPal is live as of now. And if you need any help in using that, just email to us. We're also launching a Zendesk support shortly, so you can get in touch. The process for the campaign, guys, as you know, very simple. Go to liquid.com/empower and you fill out the form. Very, very simple. And when you sign it, if you click card payment, then you can pay straight in the form. Otherwise, you just follow the instructions on the form. When you sign in, the email will come back to you. And we are now, as I said, speeding up the booking of these things. What I've realized is that the form now is lacking the PayPal information. That will be live today as well, but you can actually use PayPal as it is right now. And we're trying to speed up commissions. Like I said, ambition is within 24 hours now. We're going to do that. When we have the API live today or early next week, then we will have more or less live payments, which I think is a good thing. If you sell something, it's nice to get your cash commission immediately and the rest of your upsides as well. Like I always say, and like I said, we're going to provide you with some tools, but do stay organized. Always good to make a list and follow that list. This is how you actually get things done. It's just like exercise. It's very hard to actually get anything done at the gym if you don't plan, if you don't follow up. It's the same thing with this. Exactly the same thing. No, nothing different. So make your lists, follow your lists, and do follow up. Has the client paid and so on, and join the sales webinars. This is the best way of getting where you want to. And I can see many of you guys are super organized and professional to work with. Appreciate that. Like I always say, we're building a huge machine. It takes time, but we're improving and getting better together as a team. And I'm looking forward to the localized information that we're going to start getting out, because that is going to help out quite a lot, and also see these things move. So I'm very pleased with the development here. Next sales team talk will be Friday, same time a week from now, same channel. I'm going to do this once a week, because the reason is that in between now there'll be other updates coming. So I don't want to bombard you too much. And quite frankly, also we want to make sure that we keep the pace up, but it will be in a more localized manner. But guys, again, I'm repeating myself. If you haven't heard about the excuse me, brain there for a second. If you haven't heard my presentation from last Saturday, do go in and watch it, because that in detail explains the power staking, which I think is an amazing machine. And look out for the sales material. It is going to be strong and simple and straightforward. And don't miss out on the May campaign. So happy hunting, guys. Have a beautiful weekend. And don't forget to get some rest as well, as we're all working hard. Thank you so much for today. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.